What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be getting into this NCAA Bracketology right now. So it's 2022. But yeah, a lot of crazy things happened. We're going to start up with Gonzaga at that top overall seed. SMU, who I do believe, didn't they just crush Memphis, or was that a different team? I'm not quite sure, but I think SMU was right in that last team in San Diego State, taking advantage of some of these teams falling. And let's look at the bubble. The last four Vies, Miami, North Carolina, and my Creighton Blue Jays. I've been with them all year. They just beat Marquette. Big win for them. And then San Francisco. Then the last four in, we got Michigan, who we all know what happened to their coach in that last game. And then we got Indiana and Memphis, who I think lost. I don't know why they're still in this. They just got pummeled. But I would think they've fallen out. I would put SMU in there, especially if they were the ones that pulled off the upset. And then anyway, San Diego State. And then SMU. Then we got the Cougars, my Cougars, who lost to St. Mary's. Had to come back, couldn't get it done. But BYU, I mean, it's not over yet. They're only 2 times out. I'm hoping they can make it. And Oklahoma, who has completely fallen off this. Dayton, I don't even know when the last time I saw them in this, but they're in there. Then we got Florida, Kansas State, Oregon, who barely lost to Arizona State. I think that might be a little bit too cruel. Obviously, we got Florida with the crazy upset against Auburn. That deserves it, but I don't think Oregon is that bad. And then St. Bonaventure's right there. So you look at the bracket, new team in is going to be Texas Southern. Then we got Indiana dropping down to a 12, and then San Diego State new to the field at a 12. And then here in this West Regional, we got Colorado State dropping down to an 8, UCLA dropping down to a 4, Creighton is going to be jumping up to an 11, as well as Wisconsin jumping up to a 3. Boise State's going to be jumping up to a 7, as well as North Carolina jumping up to a 10. Then in the South, we got Wyoming dropping down to a 9, Texas dropping down to a 5, Chattanooga dropping down to a 13, Loyola Chicago continues their fall, dropping down to an 11, Illinois jumping up to a 3, Baylor jumping up to a 2, and Montana State dropping down to a 15. Here in this Midwest regional, we got St. Mary's dropping down to an 8, Uconn jumping up to that 5, and then we got Toledo under the field at a 13, Michigan State going to be dropping down to a 6. They've been falling off the map, especially after I picked them to win the championship. That is not looking good right now. And then Iowa's going to be jumping up to a 7, as well as Miami dropping down to a 10. Then in the East, we got Iowa State jumping up to an 8. Iona jumped up to a 12. We got Duke dropping down to a 3. And Princeton new to the field at a 14. So anyway, let's get into this bracket. That's going to start out with the Indiana-San Diego State game. I do like San Diego State in that game. Indiana's falling. San Diego State, I think, is the better team anyway. And then New Orleans against Texas Southern. I'm going to go Texas Southern, actually. I mean, I don't really know. Really? Oh, wait. I think this is Norfolk State, right? Yeah. My bad, but yeah, I'm going to go Texas Southern there. Memphis, Michigan, I'm going to go. I mean, I would go Michigan because of their talent, but without the coach, I don't see Michigan advancing on in this tournament and winning a game. If this started right now, obviously he's going to be back for the tournament, but if this game started right now, Michigan I don't think would win. And then UNC Wilmington, I think it'd be New Orleans. So anyway, let's get into this bracket. That's going to start out with Gonzaga against UNC Wilmington, and I like the Zags easily. Colorado State, I think, could beat Notre Dame. North Texas, this pick has been basically every week. This is an easy pick. Alabama, easy pick to beat North Texas there. That should be simple. And then I'm going to go with a 13-4. South Dakota State is actually undefeated. And this is just easy money upset scenario here. If you look at UCLA, I mean, they're kind of struggling a little bit. And, yeah, I mean, it's just not very – they're just not playing the best. And I see an upset opportunity. South Dakota State team's good, and you got a North Texas team that's going to be able to beat Alabama. So now we got a 12 versus 13, the chaos already beginning. And then we're going to go another upset. Creighton here over USC. Easy pick here. USC, not a big fan of. I believe they barely won. Yeah, they barely went to Washington State yesterday or on Sunday. And this is just an easy pick for me. Creighton's a better team. I'll go Creighton easily. Wisconsin, I like over New Mexico State to end that upset streak. But Boise State, I think, beats North Carolina. And then Texas Tech beats Long Beach State. All right, so over here, Auburn went from the number 1 team to the number 4 team after this. I do think they beat Texas Southern. Iowa State, I think, beats Wake Forest. Ohio State, I think, could prevail against Iona as well as Providence over Vermont. Arkansas, I do think, beats Michigan. Oh, wait, Memphis, my bad. Sorry about that. But, I mean, Arkansas, I did pick them to go to the Elite Eight last time. I do like Duke over Princeton there. Duke's actually dropping down because of Baylor jumping up. I don't agree with that. But Marquette, I do think, beats TCU. And Purdue, I do wait, no, I'm actually going to go with an upset here. TCU, Marquette's kind of struggling a little bit. Why not go with the 10-seed upset there? TCU's a decent team. They should be able to prevail. And then Purdue, I think, beats Colgate. But, yeah, so that's that regional. Over here, we got Arizona beating Longwood. Wyoming, I think, pulls off the 9/8 upset against Seton Hall. And I'm going to go with the 12/5 upset here. Texas is not a bad team, don't get me wrong, but Davidson's a team that's kind of built for pulling off an upset. They're a good program, and I like that 12 seed. So have we gone all 12 seeds right now? No, we did go Ohio State, but 2 out of the 3 5 seeds are going to go down. So that's pretty crazy. Tennessee, I do think, beats Chattanooga, though. And I'm going to go with the upset here. Loyola Chicago over LSU. Not feeling the greatest about it. Loyola Chicago is on the downfall. But I do think that they can pull off that win over LSU. I do like Illinois, man. That would set up for a rematch. Loyola Chicago actually upset Illinois last year as a 1 versus 8 or 9 or whatever. That actually busted my bracket. So that would be big time for Loyola Chicago that time. Xavier Rutgers, I do like the 10 over the 7 upset here. Not a fan of Xavier at all. Rutgers kind of slowing down a little bit, but still I think they could be able to get that win. And then Baylor, I think, beats Montana State. All right, and then down here we got Kansas against Cleveland State. I'll go Kansas. Murray State against St. Mary's. This is a good game here. I'm going to go with the Actually, this is very tough, man. I'm going to go with the Racers, man. That's a good game. Those two teams are very good, but I do like Murray State just a little bit more than St. Mary's. I think those teams both deserve to make it past the first round. San Diego State against Uconn. Uconn's turning things on. I give them respect for that. I think that they can pull off the win over San Diego State. And then I'm going to go with a 13/5 upset here. Toledo over Houston. I mean, I'm not a fan of Houston at all. And Toledo's not a bad program for you to just pull a string and go with an upset. And Uconn Toledo, I think all right, yeah, I'm going to stick with it. Not feeling too good about it, but I just don't like Houston at all right now. And then Michigan State against San Francisco. I'm going to go with – it pains me to do this. I just had Michigan State winning the national championship like a couple bracketologies ago, and now they've just fallen off the cliff. Come on, Michigan State. San Francisco, I do think, picks up that upset, as well as Villanova beating Wagner. Iowa, I think, can beat Miami, as well as Kentucky, again, beating Jacksonville State. Oh, oops. Hopefully this saved all that. That would be bad. Yeah, it did. All right. No, not that again. Sorry about this, guys. It's having a tough time loading, but yeah, it's back. All right, let's go. Come on. All right, there you go. Gonzaga against Colorado State. I like the Zags easily in that one. And then we got the 12 versus 13. I do like North Texas in this game, as good as South Dakota State is. Creighton against Wisconsin. Don't see the upset happening there. I'll go Wisconsin. And then Texas Tech against Boise State. I'll go Texas Tech. And then down here we go. Auburn, I think it'd be Iowa State. Providence against Ohio State. I'm going to go the 4-seed Providence in that game. Duke against Arkansas. I think Arkansas is a good enough team to be a Sweet 16 team. But against the Blue Devils, I don't think they're that bad as a 3. I think they're a 2-seed. I'll go Duke. And then Purdue, I think, beats TCU. All right, so moving on over here. Arizona, I do think beats Wyoming. Tennessee, I think, survives an upset against Davidson, although I could see that upset happening. And Illinois, I think, gets the revenge on Loyola Chicago from last year and beats them. And then I'm going to go with a 10-7 upset here, Baylor. I just do not like them very much. Rutgers was hot. They're not as hot, but I still think this upset can happen. I mean, Baylor, I just don't think they deserve a 2-seed right now. I'll just put it at that. I mean, I don't think they're that's good. They got talent, but they don't have the depth. And I think Rutgers comes out swinging at this Baylor Bears team. And I think Montana State might give Baylor a little bit of a fight. And then Rutgers gets in there and gives Baylor a swing at it. And then Kansas gets Murray State. I like Kansas in that game, although I could very much see that upset happening. Uconn against Toledo. I think Uconn dodged a bullet having to play San Diego State and Toledo. I'll go Uconn. Villanova, I think, beats San Francisco, as well as Kentucky beating Iowa. All right, so we're having a little bit more upsets than usual right now. But anyway, Gonzaga, I do think, beats North Texas. Good matchup here. I do like Texas Tech a little bit more over Wisconsin. But that is a great game. Auburn against Providence. I'm going to go with the 4-seed here, Providence. And Auburn's struggling. And I believe in this Providence team. I know they've been struggling a little bit. I believe in this Providence team, though. And well, they're not struggling. I think they're just, a lot of teams are passing them. I really do believe in this Providence team, and I'm just not on the hook on Auburn right now. And Providence is a good team. I think they can pull off this upset. But anyway, Duke, I think, can beat Purdue in a good matchup there, but I do like Duke. And then Arizona against Tennessee. Arizona, my previous champion, I'll go them. And then Rutgers against Illinois. I think their run ends against their former Big Ten team. I mean, their Big Ten foe. I like Illinois. And then over here we got Kansas, I think, can beat Uconn, as well as Villanova. Wow, tough matchup. I'm going to go Kentucky, though, just over them, just for that win. So, for a spot in the Final Four, Gonzaga against Texas Tech. I did this upset last time, and I'm going to do it again. I mean, Gonzaga, sorry, my dog's barking, but Gonzaga, they just have not had the talent. I mean, the foes, and throughout their season, I mean, I've had San Francisco, BYU, St. Mary's, but Colorado State is their toughest matchup to get here. That is going to serve them bad, and I think they get off to a slow start, try to fight back, but Texas Tech, I think, is going to be a little bit too much for them. And I don't know why I picked Gonzaga, my bad, but I think Texas Tech actually wins that game. So now there's only 2 more 1 seeds remaining. And Duke, I do think, beats Providence here. As much as I love Providence, I don't think this team is good enough to be a Final Four team. I think their ceiling is an Elite 8 unless they get crazy matchups. But Duke is the better team in that game, and I'll go the Blue Devils. Arizona, I do think, beats Illinois there. That's a good matchup. And then Kentucky against Kansas. Good game here. We could have an upset. I'm going to go the 2 seed Kentucky. Kentucky was a former 1 seed. They just had a slump, but I do think this Kentucky team can beat Kansas, who I think might be a little bit overrated at that number 1 seed. Just not that typical 1 seed you see right there. But anyway, guys, we got 1 seed remaining. Two seeds and 1 3. So Texas Tech against Duke. I did bring Texas Tech to the championship game last time. Don't see it happening this time. I'll go Duke there. And then Kentucky against Arizona. A lot of people are wanting to see this Kentucky Duke matchup, and I don't think it happens. I think Arizona spoils the fans and gives Duke a chance. And Duke gets Arizona. I picked Arizona last time. I could very well see Duke being the national championship here. I think Coach K's last season ends in a championship. So the Blue Devils, in my opinion, are going to be the champion. But that is a good matchup. We could see a Kentucky-Duke matchup. A 3 seed Duke. Last time I picked a 3 seed to win in Michigan State. They started to fall. Hopefully that doesn't happen for the Blue Devils. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching this video today. Comment down below your Final Four. How perfect would this be for Duke and Coach K's last season to get them a championship? That would be quite impressive. But anyway, guys, peace out.